Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 15th round of the Passion for Open Wheelers Manager 2023 Championship. Uh, we are two races from the end of the season, I believe. Three races from the end of the season. And it's been a tight championship so far. I believe Fabrizio Barbazza is leading the Drivers' Championship. We've had a close qualifying with some new, extremely high-level talent joining us. So, let's get into the grid order. Jean Alesi on pole for Mistral with new Camel sponsorship. Gerhard Berger now for Ghost Racing, immediately making himself known with a second place. Riccardo Patrese for Gladiators in third, followed by Alain Prost for Boss, Nigel Mansell fifth, Senna sixth, Piquet seventh, Johnny Herbert, a new driver for BHB, eighth, Stefano Modena ninth, Damon Hill for Miles Power Mechanics 10th, Hattori Ogawa 11th, 12th Roberto Marino, 13th Thierry Boutsen, 14th Satoru Nakajima, 15th Fabrizio Barbazza, who is currently leading the championship, 16th Emmanuel Pirro, 17th Yukio Katayama, 18th Michael Schumacher, 19th Jonathan Palmer, 20th Julian Bailey, 21st Pedro Chavez, 22nd Michele Alboreto, 23rd Mika Hakkinen, 24th Stefano Johansson, 25th Ricard Rydell, 26th David Coulthard, 27th Taki Inu, and finally Gregor Wojtek. So let's get things underway.
Real feel is enabled.
There we are. There we go. And I will disable this. Very good. And away we go at Estoril for the first time out of 36 laps. Jean Alesi leads into the first corner, followed by Riccardo Patrese. It seems to be a clean start. Everyone gets away nicely side by side. And Jean Alesi has already started to pull. Going into the second sector now, shortly. Jean Alesi making his pace known. He's gotten very comfortable with the Mistral Williams chassis. But Riccardo Patrese has done some amazing things with the Gladiators car. I believe he's running Goodyears. So to be in second place in qualifying on Goodyear tyres, meaning John Alesi has to work hard to stay in front in his Pirellis, because as we all know, the Goodyears are lasting longer. Alain Prost now up into third position. He's had a good start on Gerhard Berger, who's racing for Ghost now. Ayrton Senna fifth, followed by Johnny Herbert sixth. So Eric van der Poel no longer part of the team. Nelson Piquet and Stefano Modena, followed by Mansell. Damon Hill making his presence known. Hitoshi Ogawa running just outside of the points. Damon Hill from Miles Power Mechanics covering that last point nicely. But we do know the Miles Power Mechanics Benetton chassis is very unreliable at times. So Alesi leads strongly. Patrese, Prost, Senna. Is this Berger now trying to overtake Senna? It is. What tires Senna is on? He's on Pirellis. So this is purely on pace. Gerhard Berger, real life teammate of Ayrton Senna for very many years, is now attacking Senna in two different teams in this manager series. But looks like yeah, Senna has a little bit more straight line speed in the straights. Johnny Herbert also isn't very far away. He looks like he could have a chance at attacking Berger. Definitely closing up on him in the that back straight there. Now as we go in, once again for the third time into the third sector, Prost seems to be stalking Patrese, but he would want to overtake him early because Patrese has those Goodyear tires that he can make use of. Johnny Herbert holding the fifth position very well, followed by Gerhard Berger. Nelson Piquet seems to have made a couple of positions. I don't remember him starting in seventh. Stefano Modena following him closely, but let's not forget about Nigel Mansell. Gawa now 10th, so he's overtaken Damon Hill. Hopefully there's no problems and Damon Hill can use those Goodyear tires later in the race to try and pass and get that point back. Terry Boutsen following him from Moreno, from Barbazza, our championship leader. Nakajima very far down for a Mistral car, oddly enough. 15th place, quite poor for him. But with all the new talent in the series, it would be a very obvious why he would no longer be scoring points that often. We have Michael Schumacher here for Cesario. And he has done as much as he can to take a very low quality car and score points with it, which is extremely impressive. He's being followed by Pedro Chavez, Julian Bailey, Jonathan Palmer, Michele Alboreto, Stefan Johansson, Mika Hakkinen, David Coulthard, Ricard Rydell, Taki Inu, and Gregor Wojtek. Jean Alesi starting his fourth lap, or his fifth lap, excuse me. Already 7 seconds clear of Patrese. And there is Prost following Patrese. Senna following Prost. It looks like Berger has slipped back because now Johnny Herbert is fifth, as we've witnessed, and it looks like Berger, due to the limitations of his car, might lose a position to Piquet for racing Wombats. Stefano Modena looks like he's going to be attacked by Nigel Mansell very soon if he doesn't pick up the pace. Let's take a look into the straight. Look at John Alesi, 10 seconds. At this rate, even with Goodyear tires, Patrese won't be able to win this race. And there is Prost. Senna, Herbert, Gerhard Berger, Nelson Piquet, Stefano Modena, Nigel Mansell. This is your top 9. Ogawa now 10th. Boutsen 11th. Hill 12th, so he's really falling back. Moreno 13th. Barbazza 14th. So Barbazza now starting his charge, I'd assume, through the lower ranks of the field. Nakajima looks like he might want to have a go at Barbazza. And Prost is extremely close to Patrese, but I don't think anything will happen if Patrese can keep the pace up, although Prost has a great car. Look at that. A Lacey 12 seconds to the field. Will we see any overtake? Not on the straight, not yet. And looks like Nelson Piquet is building a gap from Modena. And Modena seems to be holding Mansell up a little bit. And I think we'll see a move very soon from Mansell. Lacey still pulling time. Now going to 14 seconds. And climbing. It won't be a very exciting race for first place, with Jean Alesi seemingly eminently dominant for the first opening laps of the race. Patrese does seem to be holding his 8th quite well. Johnny Herbert now up into 4th, so he's overtaken Senna. Berger now starting to chase Senna once more. Nelson Piquet following. Mansell still hasn't gotten past Modena. Ogawa is still holding the last position. Any news from Barbazza? No, but Nakajima is fighting him. Nakajima is coming after Barbazza. And this is a hotly contested battle for 5th. Berger actually, let's see the replay. I think Berger just got past Senna like a flash. What a move, look at that. Slots right in behind Johnny Herbert. So now Senna is falling back through the grid. Piquet stalking Senna. It's Brazilian versus Brazilian. Let's go to the front straight. Alesi now almost 20 seconds on the entire field. Piquet looking ready to try a move on Senna. Senna's going to hold out on Piquet for a lap more. Look at that. That is ridiculous. There's some active suspension and all types of electronics going on in that Mistral, because it's 20 seconds on the entire class of the field. I mean, Prost, Senna, Berger, Piquet, Mansell. These are some of the best drivers in Grand Prix racing, and Alesi is just making mincemeat of them so easily. Meanwhile, Nakajima can't even get past Barbazza with the same quality of car. So now, the 10th lap, and Alesi still leads. Patrese from Prost, from Herbert, from Berger, from Senna, from Piquet. Piquet not getting past Senna quite yet. And Mansell seems to be slowing up. Modena has done very well to defend from red 5. Prost seemingly slowing to a controllable pace. Not really challenging Patrese there. Johnny Herbert still, actually Johnny Herbert still 4th, not 5th. Gerhard Berger's 5th. Senna seems to be staying stable in 6th there. Not really any challenges for position. Not much change for position. Hudson, Ogawa, Hill, Moreno, Barbazza, Nakajima, Katayama, Piro, Schumacher, Bailey, Chavez, Palmer, and Ricard. No Alvaretto in Porsche Power. Hakkinen, Johansson, and then we have some of the slower cars, Coulthard, Rydell, Anu, Foytek. No changes there. Again, Alesi is just wrecking this field up. Patrese, Prost, Herbert, Berger, Senna, Piquet still following Senna, Modena, Mansell. It's not really a race going on here. There's too much technical gap. Let's stick with Alesi as he gets past Taki Inu. We know Taki has managed to ruin a couple races in his time with trying to wheel what is essentially a go-kart around the pitch, or around the track. Extremely slow, the Nintendo car. The Sega Benettons have definitely outpaced it with ease. Let's see if Inu causes any trouble for the battle for second place. Herbert is closing in on Prost actually. He's getting very close. Not close enough though. Alesi is gone. Is that Piquet trying on Senna? Senna shuts the door on him. Those two would have taken each other out, the two Brazilians. Stick with Piquet here. This is the best battle on the track right now. Looks like Piquet got a scare there. He's lost a bit of time. Yes, he's definitely slowing. So PK will maybe attempt later on to get by Senna. Unfortunately, not this time. He is closing in on him in the third sector once again. Mansell's still behind Modena. Let's look from Berger's view. And look at the speed PK gets on the straight. He won't try it this time though. He knows wiser than to try a move like that on Senna. Oh, and there's... Oh, Patrese lost his front wing. So Herbert is now in second. Backmarker trouble. Let's see that again. It was Gregor Wojtek. It looks like Patrese was being drafted by Prost. Prost pulled out to try and get the move. So Patrese tries to move over as well in the last minute. Clips Wojtek's right rear, unfortunately, because it was a late defensive move. I assume he didn't want to go attacking Wojtek in the last second there to lap him. Then Wojtek, because of the hit, loses control a little bit and ends up blocking off Prost, but Herbert capitalizes, gets on the inside, and goes after Patrese, who now has no wing, and just overtakes him like that. But Prost now is going to go after Patrese and get his position. And it's shaking up the entire field because people are losing time. So Prost is now third. And Johnny Herbert is now second. And Patrese has essentially destroyed his race. And now look at Senna trying to get past Berger amidst all this chaos. There's PK getting by, trying to follow. Oh, this is disaster. Disaster for Patrese. And Alesi will just love this because he won't have any trouble. No one will be able to challenge him for the win. So now Johnny Herbert is second for BHB, third is Prost for Ghost. And Patrese has yet to come in for repair. 15 laps into the race. Now he is preparing to stop. Modena is all over him. Mansell will try a move, definitely. No, he stays behind Patrese, foolishly. And now Patrese is blocking Mansell. So Mansell is losing a lot of time here. I think there's a fight for second. Let me check that. No, it's Taki Inu. What a disaster. Now Mansell gets by. Even Gregor Wojtek is able to keep up with Patrese with no front wing. No retirement so far. Ogawa holding up Damon Hill, Moreno and Barbazza. This is where this stage of the race is where Barbazza tends to shine and pick up a lot of points. Now Patrese enters the pits. His race ruined. Damon Hill gets past Ogawa. No side by side, but Moreno gets by Hill. Batsa may be looking for a way around. Nakajima falling back on all of these guys. Now Modena stuck behind Taki Inu. Let's see if Mansell can do anything with it. Mansell closing in, really. Oh, Mansell on the inside. But Taki Inu holds both of them up at this rate. Mansell will get a good run on the outside, or on the inside. Modena finally able to get by. And ends up blocking Mansell. No, Mansell gets around the outside. So he uses that to stay with Modena. The hold up from Inu. PK and Senna still going at it all race long. Berger and Prost. Johnny Herbert is now beginning to spread his wings in that BHB and show what it's really worth. Now has a 5-second gap, while Alesi has 25 on the entire class. Going to be 18 laps now. Herbert, Prost, Berger, Senna, PK. PK might try something. Not enough speed to try and move. Oh, there's a bit of a battle here, another issue caused by Wojtek. Verbatza has started his climb. Only one more car he needs to pass to be in the points. Damon Hill now also trying to speed up. But Damon Hill is getting stuck. Wojtek not letting them by easily. Moreno and Nakajima stuck as well. Look at that. Verbatza gets on the glass a little bit. He needs to be careful. Nakajima now in a hot fight with Damon. But Damon holds that position, gets 12th. Modena getting the worst of it, or Moreno getting the worst of it. Stuck behind Wojtek. Let's check out 5th and 6th, and PK finally gets past Senna. Same corner where Senna shut the door. So obviously Senna's car is just not up to the task. Herbert and Coulthard. Coulthard holding up Herbert. Doesn't want to lose any time because Prost is there. He is there in the picture. Gerhard Berger doing very well in 4th. Senna trying to get back his 5th on PK. Mansell stuck behind Modena all race long. There is Verbatza now going to start attacking Ogawa to get his points. Closing in very rapidly. It's faster in the corners, but the straight really shows how superior the VHB car is. As you can see, pure straight line speed from Ogawa. Even though Barbatza is using every bit of talent he has to catch up. And they have Taki Inu to lap, so that will definitely cause issues. Now stuck behind Coulthard, giving PK a chance to move up. And PK might have a chance here. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Berger gets by and PK wisely doesn't try and move. But now Senna has an opportunity again, and Senna is going to pass PK with Coulthard's help. Senna using his famous aggression to get everything to his advantage. Herbert's still holding a strong second place. I think he'll be able to finish in second if he can keep the pace on Prost. Berger might have to worry about Senna here if he's not careful. Yeah, it looks like Senna's actually going to get this, because Ricardo Rodel is slowing Berger down, and Berger shuts the door on Senna and puts manners on him. Wow. And now Nelson Piquet's moved up, and he might do the same move that Senna did to him. No, he doesn't have that aggression to do it. But yeah, Senna just got silenced by Berger. That was impressive. PK is all over Senna though. Wow. No room for PK to attempt a move. But yeah, that was impressive. Berger just really silenced Senna's attack there. Moved straight across on him before Senna could try anything. Herbert still second with no issues. Lacey so far ahead of the field, just needs to bring the car home. He's about to lap Patrese, who had his race ruined by one of the back markers. Berger looks like he's starting to pull away on Prost. Or on Senna, apologies. PK now falling back after doing everything he could to overtake Senna. Modena running away from Mansell, who's stuck behind Coulthard and losing a lot of time. Barbat's in 9th, Ogawa 10th. Hill now attacking Ogawa instead of Barbatza. Barbatza doesn't seem to have the pace this week. Hill maybe make a move on Ogawa here. Ogawa has a lot more horsepower, but let's see, Hill inside and gets it done on Ogawa. So now Hill is holding the last point of the race. Damon Hill, obviously son of Graham Hill. So a lot of skill. British driver seems to be pulling away a little bit. Barbatza might have a chance to get back on Ogawa now at this rate. Oh, Modena getting held up by Ricard Rydell, and all of a sudden Mansell has a chance for 7th again. Let's have a look on board. Modena makes sure to get past Ricard early. And Mansell looks like he wants to do the same. He does, and he lunges towards Modena, but no room for an overtake. And even Rydell shuts the door on Mansell again, so that's going to make him quite mad. Berger still quite far away from Senna. You want to get by Johansson if he wants to stay away from Senna. Because as we saw with Piquet, once Senna is given an opportunity, he takes it and runs with it. Gap between Prost and Herbert stays the same. 10 laps to go now for Estoril. Let's check with Alesi, lapping the field nicely, no issues. Patrese still actually holding his own, not yet to be lapped by Alesi. Berger moves across on Senna once again to defend. Really good racing from these two. Let's check that again. Yeah, Berger just perfectly places his car. Senna goes for the move and Berger moves across. Really skillful driving from those two. And Piquet now all of a sudden in the picture again. Looks like Piquet might have an opportunity for 5th here. If he uses the inside line on Senna. No, but they're still, Senna's still stuck behind Johansson. So there is a move for Piquet to get back at Senna. Let's see now, here we go. Who's going to pull out? Piquet is not aggressive enough. laps to go. Johnny Herbert and Prost are your top three. Berger is all alone in fourth now. Mansell not yet getting anywhere close to overtaking Modena. Damon Hill pulled away from both Barbatza and Ogawa, who are fighting over 11th. See anything from Barbatza? Looks like Barbatza finally getting by. 7 seconds to Hill, so he might be able to close the gap and get a point at least. I believe we've had our first retirement. David Coulthard out with some sort of failure, I assume. Alboreto trying to get by a new. Tracy now trying to recover the lost progress. He overtakes Schumacher without any trouble. Alesi is behind both of them. And Alesi forces Tracy to give the position back to Schumacher to avoid a catastrophe. Looks like Johnny Herbert has lost a little bit of time because Prost appears to be closing in. Prost is closing in. He's less than 2 seconds away now. Yeah, Prost seems to be pushing quite hard to get second from Herbert. Meanwhile, Alesi has been repassed by Patrese and is now stuck behind these lapped cars battling each other, so he doesn't want to do anything stupid and ruin his race when there's only 6 laps to go. Patrese and Schumacher are having quite a good fight. And Patrese finally passed again. Schumacher not letting Alesi by just yet. And now Alesi gets by. No last lap drama, not yet. But Herbert is stuck behind a couple of cars, so he might have to deal with Prost. Takes Jonathan Palmer, still has Pedro Chavez to go. Tracy's still up ahead for Alesi and pulling away. No gain from Barbatza on Damon Hill. Boutsen might be in trouble here. He has Pirellis. Hill has good years, and he seems to be catching him quite rapidly. Seems Boutsen has that straight line speed, but Damon is quicker in the corners. I'm noticing Alesi has quite a couple cars to get by now, both Gladiators and Julian Bailey. This is going to be problematic for LAC. LAC just needs to be patient. It's 37 seconds to Herbert. Doesn't need to do anything stupid. He's not even really losing any time to Prost. Wait, Prost is ahead of Herbert? How did that happen? Oh, Herbert lost his front wing! Oh, tacky anew. Ruining another race. Tacky anew. And Herbert will lose out on second place, to the delight of Alain Prost. That's how it happened. And now Berger's on course to be on the podium. Herbert isn't going to pit yet. If Alesi has lapped Herbert, then I don't think he has, but if he does, I think Herbert could stay out, but I think the game will bring him in anyway. But Johnny Herbert race destroyed. And even Pedro Chavez is catching up with him. It looks like Johnny Herbert, no, he isn't going to stay out. Jonathan Palmer now trying to get by Chavez. And there's Berger, and Senna's not far away. He makes a lot of good moves out of the chaos. But yeah, Johnny Herbert now is in a pile of crap. His race. And there's Gerhard Berger trying to get that third place off of Herbert. And look how quickly Senna closed up. So it might be a last fight for third between Berger and Senna. Palmer pulls out, blocking Berger. And Senna is all over the back of Berger. And even Piquet is going to join. So there's going to be a huge fight for third. Huge. Look at this. The train, the chaos. And Piquet, oh no! Herbert slowing down both Piquet and Senna, and Piquet got back by Senna again. And Berger's going to take third away, but Piquet has fourth now. PK shuts the door on Senna, just like Senna shut the door on him a couple of laps ago. And now it's a 3, 4, and 5 battle for podium. PK could actually come away with a genius podium here. Oh, and Senna's engine blows. Senna's engine is gone. So it's between Berger and PK now. And Jonathan Palmer in the way of both. Berger manages to get past Palmer, but Senna is out. Senna's engine is gone, and Johnny Herbert's race is ruined. So Barbat's 9th, Boutsen 8th, Damon Hill 7th, Nigel Mansell 6th. Prost is going to be delighted with his patience. An engine failure and a wing taken off. Senna will be livid. Alesi's on his final laps. But Prost now completely capitalized on that in professor fashion. Berger is going to get a well-deserved third. PK just getting past Berger, getting past Palmer, lapping him. Modena, Mansell, Hill. So Ogawa manages to finish in the points because his teammate has had all sorts of trouble, as well as Senna. Barbatza still scoring points despite the lack of pace. And now there's going to be a fight between Terry Boutsen and Damon Hill because Gregor Wojtek is in the way. Possibly. No. Damon Hill gets by quickly, which is very wise, so he might take 7th if there's no engine issues. Final lap for Jean Alesi. What a finish. Disaster. Disaster for BHB and Viper. Jean Alesi now. Yellow flag. What's this? There's a yellow flag. Oh, it's a couple of cars' engine failures. But Alesi doesn't get phased and he wins the Portuguese Grand Prix here at Estoril. Prost is going to come by to take second. Second for Prost. Berger third after that disaster from Senna and Johnny Herbert's pain. Very unlucky. PK fourth. Modena an uneventful fifth. Damon Hill sixth. So that means that was Nigel Mansell's engine who failed on the last lap. What a drive from Damon Hill. And Barbatza somehow 7th after doing absolutely nothing. Boutsen 8th. Ogawa somehow 9th but from doing nothing. Patrese comes back to score a point despite his race getting ruined early on. That is fantastic. Nakajima, Moreno, Pirro, Herbert. Poor Herbert. Bailey, Katayama, Schumacher, Alboreto, Hakkinen, Chavez on his way to the pits, Palmer on his way to the pits, Johansson, Rydell, Mansell with engine failure, Taki Inu causing BHB's disgust at him today. And despite not being up with the top runners, Barbatza gets 7th. So, you know, that is championship driving, just getting the points. So we'll let all the other cars come into the pits now. Let's see what happened. So Nigel Mansell on the 34th lap, engine failure. Ayrton Senna, 33rd lap, engine failure. Gregor Wojtek's suspension failed. Uh, and David Coulthard had a gearbox failure. So that was something else. Prost and Berger on the podium. Great drive, great race. Really unexpected result. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you for round, I think, 16. Yes, we will see you for 16. So goodbye.